Welcome to Testing Tuesday!
Yay! Our mic is very sensitive today, so let's not overdo it. We're very happy that you're here. Great, you made it.
How are you feeling today? Are you feeling well?
Oh, I feel introspective today. I really have feel like if I concentrate really on my body, I think I can. There's a lot to identify there.
I did a body scan as well.
Yeah.
With Headspace. We tested Headspace 2 weeks ago as a
really?
plug, and I felt something as well. So let's find out.
There's this. Why are you laughing now?
Okay.
There's this book by the Václavic guy, like How to Be Unhappy, and he says like one method of being unhappy is to actually focus on your body, very consciously, sitting down and then like there is something aching, there is something wrong in my body, and it's 100% guaranteed that if you're attentive enough, you'll find something. Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. That's the number one thing people do in Headspace. Okay, sounds good. Let's find out.
Yes.
Because we're testing a Google action today called Symptoma. It's like the voice version of WebMD. At least that's what we think. Let's see if it like diagnoses how we feel correctly.
Yeah.
And
we'll just make something up and hope it will be cancer to everybody's entertainment and delight. We'll see.
Okay, Google. Set a timer to 8 minutes.
Okay, 8 minutes. Starting now.
I hope I haven't enabled it, but let's see. Okay, Google. Talk to Symptoma.
All right, here's Symptoma. Please note that this app must absolutely not be used to replace a diagnosis by a healthcare professional. Hi, this is Symptoma. I can analyze your symptoms and find possible causes. How can I help you?
Find my disease? What did you expect me to say?
Okay, do you already have imaging results, for example from an X-ray?
No, I don't. Cancer. It's lupus.
Symptoma isn't responding right now.
Oh, okay.
Try again soon.
I broke it.
Let's try again. Okay, Google. Talk to Symptoma.
Sure, getting Symptoma. Please note that this app
Symptoma.
must absolutely not be used to replace a diagnosis by a healthcare professional. Hi, this is Symptoma. I can analyze your symptoms and find possible causes. How can I help you?
My palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. It stopped.
I see. Is there notable agitation?
Yes. Maybe it's an API call or something, because it's...
Symptoma isn't responding right now. Try again soon.
Another time?
Yeah, let's try again. Let's say something really simple.
Or maybe, I don't know, ask for help or something and see. It always seemed like after, like initially collecting some information, then it breaks. So maybe it's really when they leave the app and do an API call to symptoma.com.
Yeah, let's try some UI stuff, right? Can we do a deep invocation? Alexa. Oh, wait. It's the other assistant. Okay, Google. Ask. No. How do you do deep invocations? Do you do deep invocations by saying talk to Symptoma?
Can say ask.
Oh yes,
ask
you can.
Blah blah for
Okay. Okay, Google. Ask Symptoma for I have a cough. Because that's how people speak.
Yeah.
Okay, getting Symptoma.
Okay.
I see. Is there dry cough?
Yes.
Is there fever?
No.
Do you already have imaging results, for example from an X-ray?
Yes.
Is there any abnormal X-ray?
Yes.
Is the chest X-ray abnormal?
Yes. I have tuberculosis now.
Symptoma isn't responding right now. Try again soon.
Is it too bad or?
Maybe the server is set up in US East or somewhere very far away, and they didn't test it. Yeah.
I think it's just a very long API call, not that the app breaks or something. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
when it takes so long.
Yeah.
But okay, let's try it. Okay, Google, ask Symptoma for help. That's typically very much of an Alexa skill thing to have an help intent.
Okay,
So,
here's Symptoma.
I see. How old are you?
29.
Choose
To
your sex.
calculate. Male.
Yes.
Sorry, I could not find any causes for your symptoms.
Okay. So, what do you think overall?
The mic is muted.
I'm the funniest. Well, what to say? I mean, was
I mean,
it
yeah.
asked me questions.
I mean, it feels like, I mean, it's a little more mechanic than that, but it feels like talking to a doctor, like on the phone. It's like, okay, do you have a cough? Do you have blah? Do you have blah, blah, blah? It's like calling like your neighbor who's a doctor and who informally like helps you if you're just freaking out about something or not. And so I feel like it's okay from like, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
It's generally I think it's a very tempting use case because the way doctors usually diagnose diseases, it's always a kind of an expert system. Like, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you already have something in this? Since doctors already have that, it's a kind of easy way to kind of adapt that for conversational interfaces. I think those kinds of things were already popular in chatbot times, like with WebMD, right?
Yeah.
Also,
Probably their website is also probably just a form where you can just follow steps, and so pretty easy to replicate in a conversational interface. It didn't really it could be a little more conversational, so it was really just asking questions. But then again, I don't know how conversational should it be.
Yeah, right. I think the way it asked us is so that we responded with yes or no questions only, which I think makes a lot of sense. Way better than which kind of cough do you have, and then you say, do you say dry, do you say a lot, do you say painful? Except in the beginning where it asks how can I help you, that's kind of the open prompt that I think is not like best practice.
I thought about that, and I think the problem is with the overall framing that the Google Assistant team does, because Google Assistant, they advertise like everywhere where you see Google Assistant, the main tagline is how can I help you? And so whenever, like when you're testing Alexa skills, very few Alexa skills say, how can I help you? And so maybe this is really just the Google Actions that like try to replicate, or it's just the framing because Google Assistant does it. And so why, like, that's the right thing to do. Maybe that's what people think. But generally that's not great for voice assistants or voice apps at this stage where people don't know what to say. It's not that people don't feel like they're in a natural conversation, and so they can't just say anything. They still want to feel that they have the control over or understand what they can say, and not just randomly like pick stuff.
I mean, the danger when you ask a question like this. is that you're inviting a very open answers.
Yeah.
Oh, when I stood up today, I had a bit of a pain in my back, but since now this has already subsided. But
Yeah.
yeah.
But then again, people when we test stuff with people, usually when it's too open, they're not like openly saying things. They're more like,
Yeah.
what can I say now? And so it's really, I think it's like if a person asks them, how can I help? Then they maybe would say, oh yeah, you know what? But and this way they feel too much like on the spot and you need to say something now. And so maybe this will change over time when the voice assistants get better at recognizing speech input.
Yeah.
But right now, it's too overwhelming, I think, for people to just like allow them to say basically everything or anything. Yeah.
I would have loved to get actually a result and to hear what it's like and what kind of recommendation it gives you.
Yeah.
Because it has a very strong ethical component, right? These kind of apps.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a high chance that you're right with a diagnosis, and then everything is cool. But what do you have if you have a false negative match? For example, I actually have tuberculosis, and the app just tells me drink some tea and then get some rest in your bed, and then it's like totally the wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why it said before
Yeah.
that you shouldn't rely on this.
Probably they say something similar when delivering the information with the diagnosis and say stuff like, oh, but you should definitely think about getting an x-ray or whatever, something like that. Cool. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Maybe we can try that again soon and see how the results look like.
I mean, one key takeaway is that you should always try out how long your API calls take, and only if you test your skill and you have your server, the API server set up somewhere near you, that might be kind of giving you a false sense of security. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, cool. Yeah. I think that's the problem that we had with different skills as well for US customers, just because like a US Alexa skill or Google Action can be used anywhere in the world, because a lot of people, like we have a US device here, and so there's a lot of people in India using US or English skills and actions, and so this can get quite long, and I think the maximum time for a request or for a response to be returned is only like 6 seconds. So 2 API calls that maybe take a little longer, and this is done. And yeah.
How is it actually when you set up a Google Action? Can you, like with Alexa, also say set up one API or one webhook one endpoint per region?
So you set the endpoint in Dialogflow in the fulfillment tab, and I think they only offer one. Okay. But I'm not sure. Like I'm not 100% sure. Maybe there was just some option that can be enabled. But you can definitely like put a content delivery network on top of that. I think at least on top of your API to deliver the information, for example. It doesn't feel like dynamic information as well. Like most of the stuff is really, because it's an expert system, it's not really that you need to do 1,000 API calls. Yeah. Probably just structured information that you could maybe put into like some static database, an S3 bucket on AWS or something like that. Okay, interesting.
Great. Thanks for having been with us. If you have considerations, I know there are a lot of people thinking about the intersection of voice and healthcare these days. Please let us know. We are looking forward to the discussion. If you have other telediagnosis apps that we should test, please let us know. And then see you next Tuesday.
See you next week. Bye.